Hi, I'm Shreya. I'm in 12th grade and I'm the president of the Interact Club at the American School in Japan. Over the past year, we've had classes in hybrid learning, online learning, and now full face-to-face. We had our meetings through Google Meets for around half the year and had some restrictions on the types of fundraisers and activities we were allowed to carry out as a club. We collaborated with the school's PTA to teach children in the ELC, which is the school's early learning center, about the importance of giving back to the community. We did this by reading The Giving Tree to them, as well as hosting a food drive for a shelter near our school. We also had an Easter egg hunt, as well as a candy jar guessing game to raise money for the UN Women Fund for Gender Equality. We wanted to learn more about the experiences our club members had over the past year, so we asked them questions about their favorite activity that we did this year, as well as what difficulties they faced as club members over hybrid and online learning, and lastly, what plans they had for next year as our school continues with face-to-face learning.
My favorite project was definitely the food drive because we were able to go over to the ELC and teach the kids the importance of giving back and being kind to others, and ultimately promoting the food drive.
I think my favorite project this year was reading books to the ELC kids because it was nice to see how we were kind of influencing them and how we can really start doing good things in our community from a very young age. And I think it was a really important lesson for the kids too. And it definitely garnered a lot of attention with the parents as well, as we were kind of including them. So that was really nice.
My favorite project we did this year for Interact Club was definitely the food drive. I felt like that was something cool that we were able to do working with the ELC. I thought that was a fun project that we did this year.
My favorite project that we did this year was the ELC food drive because I really enjoyed going to the kids' classroom and reading to them, and they were all very receptive.
My favorite project that we did this year was probably the Easter egg hunt because I remember during the school day during breaks between classes, I would always see people from all different grades running around the school looking for Easter eggs in different teachers' rooms in different areas of the school, and it was really fun to watch. And I thought it looked like they were having a lot of fun, and I think I think for that reason it was my favorite activity that we did this year.
I think one of the hardest aspects of being in a club during hybrid learning / online learning is that we weren't really able to have those engaging conversations with everyone in the club and making sure that everyone participated. It was also hard to recruit some people into the club because our club fair was online, so I definitely think that was one of the hardest parts.
I think the hardest thing about this year was not being able to do many hands-on projects. I think Interact is a very is a club where you have to be very involved because you're kind of helping the community, and it was really hard to do that with hybrid and online learning.
I think that one difficulty of being in hybrid learning, especially as a leader, was just trying to get people involved. It was hard to get meetings together because instead of sending a Zoom call to someone, it's much less tempting to click it. You could kind of easily skip it. So I think it's just keeping morale up was definitely difficult this year.
I think the hardest part about being in hybrid and distance learning this year was not being able to form connections with a lot of the people in the club and other Rotary clubs in other schools as well.
During the hybrid online learning, I think the aspect that was hardest to deal with was the fact that we only had meetings during online days. The only time we met was online. And I feel like if during hybrid we had met maybe at least just a few times in person, maybe not only 3 during the entire time we had it, or 3 or 4, just a few, but I feel like that would have been better so we could at least have a small amount of in-person contact, just to see how the club as a group is, to see everyone together, to see the people that we're working with, not just through the video screen, but in real life, and maybe just get to know each other better beyond just planning through a Zoom call.
If ASIJ is full in person next year, hopefully we can continue doing the food drive and make that an annual thing. Also, hopefully we can create new projects that are more hands-on instead of just fundraising so that we can create more meaningful experiences for the people in the club.
One thing I would like to do next year, if possible, if we are full in person, is to maybe have more charities and fundraisers that we weren't able to do this year because of the virus. And yeah, I think it would be really nice to bring the community together after a really long time for a good cause and to have a good influence on the world. So I am looking forward to that next year.
And if we go back full face-to-face next year, one thing I'm definitely excited for is going to be Winterfest and Spirit Day. It's sort of like a school event that we hold here at ASIJ. In the past years that we've done events during those times, like Spirit Days, I felt like we were able to get a lot of people to join, and we usually got good results from it. So I'm excited to do something there again. Thank you.
So next year, what I'm looking forward to the most is forming those connections with other people and doing more hands-on activities.
I won't be here next year to see this, sadly, but if ASIJ has full in-person classes next year, I'm really hoping that the Interact Club will be able to do things more like the Easter egg hunt. And but more so activities that are in groups. So say we have an event during our activity period, the whole school's activity period during one school day, there's some kind of tournament thing that we could do. I think that would be really good, both to raise awareness, maybe to fundraise if we have some kind of entrance fee thing, and then also to bring the school together in so that they can have a group impact and also have a good time together.
This year's leadership team had many big plans for what we wanted to carry out over the year. However, the current situation prevented us from doing so. But the ASIJ Interact team is being left in good hands, and I'm certain that next year we will be making bigger contributions to our community and the world. Thank you.